ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Dish Shelter Confusion Thursday night hangout.
Greetings and salutations on this quite lovely Thursday. How are you doing?
I am hanging in there, good sir, good sir. I, of course, am your host, Charlie, and I'm joined once again by the prolific comer himself, Zealeus.
Good to see you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Thursday Night Hangout. It's our live show where we try our best to cover the topics most important to you during the show. At any point during the show, if you have any topics, questions, subjects, opinions that you would like to share with the class, please do so by dropping in the chat either on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, and we will add it to the show. If we do unfortunately run out of time, we'll add it to the very next show. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump right into it. First of all, congratulations to Seattle Seahawks. They are the Super Bowl champions.
Sure.
And
Yay.
in case anybody is wondering, yes, I watched the halftime show. No, I do not speak English. Yes, I enjoyed it. I think that covers all my bases.
I can respect the choreography and the sheer theatrics of the show.
Yes. And to be honest with you, I can't get the Lady Gaga song out of my head.
And I will say, regardless of whether or not they lip sync at the show, at least they actually put effort to trying to at least give the appearance of singing on a beat to the actual song that you've sang 400,000 times in your life.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. No, it was impressive. Like it's one of those things, like, it's not my genre of music.
Yeah.
But I could still respect somebody who obviously has skill. And I thought the way that they did, especially like the end with the flags and all the stuff, I thought it was really freaking cool.
And I love the message.
Yeah, it's like unity and love.
It's what this world needs right now.
Somehow that message isn't okay with certain people, and I'm just gonna drink.
There's this band. They're not U.S. citizens, but there is this band called the Beatles. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they had a song called All You Need Is Love. And that's what we need right now. Anyways, moving on. Okay, this I just have to get out of the way because I'm super excited and super stressed and nervous about a company that one of my favorite game series created. The company, of course, is called CyberConnect 2. Is about to reveal a new project on February the 16th at 2009. So it's 8:09. I'm not exactly sure what time zone that is, but please let it be a new .hack game. Please let it be a new .hack game.
Weren't the graphics on the image from .hack?
So one of the pictures had .hack in it.
Okay.
And then there's another one that's like no .hack stuff on it. So I don't know. Of course, people are like,
time mean anything in the world? Like that exact time? Does it give any clues?
I'm trying to. Oh my God! I need this. Damn it. Let's see.
That's right. That's right. Like, there has to be a clue there, and it's one of those things. Probably like after it's released, they're like, oh, it's obvious because XYZ is usually what ends up happening.
Oh, let's see here. February 16th. I'm looking at all the release dates to see if maybe one of them was released on February 16th. No, damn it.
Well, we will find that in 4 days, and hopefully Charlie can be the most excited gamer of the day.
Yes, let's hope.
And then you'll probably have to wait 3 years for the game to actually come out. But that's the point.
Speaking of waiting for the next thing to come out, there are rumors that are circulating right now that the new K-pop Demon Hunter movie is not even going to be ready by 2029.
How does it take so long?
I don't know.
I mean, I understand they need some music, they need some animation. But you think you can get all that in 3 years? Like,
I know it's very worrisome.
It's like odd. I mean, worrisome.
You've got the base models, right? I mean, you're not going to do like a complete overhaul of the graphics.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe we just get like an animated series with Dopey and Susie's adventures. How about that?
A spinoff.
Yes. People would watch it. It would be a perfect like kids show.
You know what? I bet you they could get away with like minimal dialogue too.
Ooh, that actually kind of fun, like a minimal dialogue type of. Actually, perfect for like shorts, like a 10-minute short or something.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're just doing their things would actually be great, and I would watch the shit out of that.
There was a show. I don't remember which streaming platform it was on, but it was a kids show which was surrounding a bear who was kind of like a pet of a park ranger and these lemmings that lived in the park, and it's just the shenanigans that the lemmings cause that the bear tries to fix, but there's like no dialogue. But it was hilarious. My kids sat down and watched it constantly.
So not Cocaine Bear.
No, not Cocaine Bear. But speaking of horror movies, have you seen the trailer for the Hungry Hippos horror movie?
I have not. I didn't know there was a
there is
trailer for it.
And it's creepy. Not gonna lie.
I don't know. I could see hungry hippos being creepy. It fits.
It's hippos that are starving and they have a taste for flesh.
Sounds about right to me.
Yeah. So, okay, that was a random tangent, but anyways, okay, so I think last week I talked about the fact that there was a Muppet Show thing on Disney Plus, and I want to circle back real quick. This is not a new series. This was just a special to try. It was kind of like a pilot episode to gauge the interest in the populace to see if they should make more. And my answer is yes. Were all the little segments perfect? No. Some of them felt very rushed, but at the same time, I loved the Muppet Show when I was growing up, and I need more of it in my life. I'm sorry, not sorry, but Seth Rogen, make this shit happen. Disney, make this shit happen.
Yes. I've not seen it, but I'll take your word for it.
It's good. I mean, it's the crazy shenanigans of Kermit trying to appease everybody, all the stars of the show. You've got the grumpy dudes up in the what do you call it? Oh my God. The box seats. You've got random people and Muppets sitting in the audience. You've got the band. You've got cute little skits. I need more. That's what I'm saying. I just need more.
Maybe if you ask, you'll receive. Maybe.
Please. Speaking of ask and receive, I love how every once in a while I run into like an article. It's like, these shows need to be rebooted. And usually I'm like, no. But I have to admit that I finally found an article where I can't really argue with any of the 5 that they seem to be rebooted.
Okay. What are they?
Pirates of the Dark Water, which was a phenomenal show and only lasted 21 episodes, but it was freaking cool.
Okay.
Exo Squad, which I really didn't watch much of, but it wasn't bad. Now the one that really needs to get redone, Gargoyles.
I remember watching Gargoyles like way back in the day.
Yeah. The one that I'm like on.
I know I watched it.
The one I'm on is Freakazoid.
I never watched it.
That was around for a while. I feel like it was around for a while. And then the last one, and I totally agree this needs to come back, is Darkwing Duck.
Okay. I mean, it all basically sounds like let's take old animated shows that are popular at one time and let's just start them up again.
Yes.
It's basically what it comes down to.
But let's bring Rescue Rangers back as well. I mean, that's not on the list, but I want Rescue Rangers as well. I mean, they did do that Chip and Dale kind of CGI/live action movie a couple years ago, but I want the classic animated version.
Whenever I think of Chippendales, I just think of their Christmas album.
I think you're thinking of the Chipmunks.
You're right, I am.
Mhm.
Damn it. Okay, well, I give up.
It's okay, Zealeus.
Down Chipmunks, it's alliteration, Ned, okay?
Fine, whatever. It's close enough. At least you didn't go with the male strippers or something.
I mean, there's still time.
Huh, well.
Maybe a GoFundMe on the show.
Oh boy, no one wants to see that. No one wants to see that. That they'll pay to keep the clothes on.
Until you see it, you don't actually know. You keep talking about how much you're working out lately.
It's not showing. Let's just put it that way. Me working out is not curing my pasty whiteness. How about that?
Wait, do you have a different chair tonight?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm just sitting differently. It's the same
It's
chair. Although it is leaning more today, so...
Okay, now I see the red stripe.
Yeah. It is leaning more today than usual. I don't know what it is. I don't know how I sit in my chairs, but every single one of my chairs starts leaning to the left. Maybe I play like this or something. I don't know. But it's weird.
Your chair's having a day.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways.
Some days you don't get up.
Yeah.
I get it.
Okay, so... I don't know if you've heard this yet or not, but apparently, making series and movies based on video games has become super duper popular again, or continues to be popular. I don't know, however you want to look at it.
Hooray.
There's rumor of a Helldivers movie with Jason Momoa tagged to it.
Which, okay, why not? I mean, why not? I guess. Is it going to be... Can you create another movie like Spaceship Troopers now? I guess is the question.
I don't know.
Because that's basically what it is. Helldivers is basically that. It's for democracy, and yeah, just like you basically see in Starship Troopers. So sure, I like Jason Momoa as an actor. It just depends on what type of, did they take the campiness? Did they make it humorous? Did they make it serious? Like, what kind of tone do they take to the series? I think is what kind of sets it.
Okay, so they're further along than I thought they are. They say that this movie will hit theaters November 10th of 2027. So they already have a release date. And they've got a director named by the name of Justin Lin. And if you want to know what Justin Lin is famous for, well, my friend, look no further than The Fast and the Furious. Like almost all of them. Which,
honestly, for something like Helldivers, I think fits.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, big explosions with, gravity-defying stunts, and they're actually... I know this might be shocking, but there is actually somewhat of a story in them. It boils down to family.
Yeah.
I guess Helldivers would boil down to democracy. I don't know. But there is kind of that story that actually is in them, and they're entertaining for what they are. So I know people see like, oh, Fast and Furious, it's junk. And I'm like, it's actually pretty good. Some are definitely worse than others.
Yes.
There's no doubt about that. I always do wonder when, because obviously Jason, he was in some of the Fast and Furiouses, and when you have Justin Lin, is it one of those cases where the actors kind of going with the director because they know each other,
right?
And what kind of influence does that have?
It probably helps.
Yep. Yep. So it's one of those when it comes to streaming in 2028, I'll watch it.
Speaking of another project that is headed, this one's not headed to theaters. It's headed to HBO or Max or whatever the hell we're calling it this week. There is going to be a TV series based off of Baldur's Gate.
I saw that.
However, Larian Studios will not have any part of it, which makes me slightly concerned.
Yeah. It's just going to be Hasbro, I'm assuming.
It's going to be what?
Well, Hasbro owns D&D.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Hasbro owns Wizards of the Coast, which of course is Dungeons and Dragons.
So, somewhere in that corporate family would be my assumption. I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Which, you also remember that Baldur's Gate is based off of the books, right? Like Icewind Dale shit.
Right.
So you could also kind of use that angle of, the Icewind Dale stuff. Did Icewind Dale have Drizzt? I don't remember.
That was Forgotten Realms, so maybe.
I don't remember if he was in those specifically. It's been years since I've read those, but I want to say he was.
Possibly.
So,
now,
I don't know.
Now, of course, there is a logical reason why Larian isn't a part of this, and that's because that they ended their relationship with Wizards of the Coast after Baldur's Gate, so they don't have any attachment to it. They just made the project and they've moved on.
But the board we've also spoken about, like, my understanding is they also moved on from Baldur's Gate because they wanted to do their own thing more than anything else.
Yep.
So from everything I've seen and like just kind of their comments, they're all about making great video games.
Yeah.
And so like the fact, whether it's their choice or not, of being involved in the movie is like not surprising to me at all. Like, it would kind of track to me just based on the statements they've made of not being with the movie. So from that perspective, I'm just kind of like, we'll see what happens. I think you saw with the recent Dungeons & Dragons, what is it, Honor Among Thieves, which I thought was a great movie, that you can make a good D&D, story of, kind of like a ensemble cast to come together like a Dungeons and Dragons party and make what's a fun movie.
Right.
So I hope they kind of keep, what they did. I thought with the D&D movie worked. I know it wasn't quite the box office hit that they hoped it was, but
it was better than the first one.
Yeah, it was a good movie. It was a good solid ROM. So I hope it's kind of like that. I really wish they would have just made a D&D 2, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
At this point, unfortunately, because it was fun. I need to rewatch it again, actually.
There's a lot of things I need to rewatch. Speaking of need to rewatch some stuff, I think, as I've probably said this several times on the show, but in my household, we do movie nights on Friday nights, Saturday nights, and Sunday nights when we're at the house. And so usually we as a family come together, we pick a movie, we veto a couple movies because we've seen them too many times. But I am really putting forward my vote for tomorrow to be Laputa, Castle in the Sky. And the reason for that is that one of the voice actors unfortunately passed away this week. Gentleman that many people out there might know by the name of James Van Der Beek.
Yes.
He passed away at 48. He was diagnosed with stage 3 colorectal cancer in November of 2024. And this is the bullshit part. Due to all of his treatments and stuff, his family's basically destitute. They got like no money now, and they've done a GoFundMe, and they've already reached I think 1.5 million from fans and family and directors, and everyone is coming together to try to help out this family in this crucial time. But God, I love the healthcare system.
Indeed.
But anyways, James Van Der Beek was one of the voices in Laputa, Castle in the Sky, which is a Studio Ghibli movie, which is a phenomenal movie by itself. But it's even more reason for us to, celebrate what most people would consider Dawson from Dawson's Creek.
Of course.
So, though I did watch a couple of videos that the phenomenal director Kevin Smith put up when, as James Van Der Beek was in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, when they play Chronic and Blunt Man. That's awesome. I mean, it was a God. I love Kevin Smith movies.
Time since I've seen those movies.
It's been a while, but I mean, well, it's been probably longer for you than it has been for me because I feel like, what did I watch recently? That was a Kevin Smith movie. No, I watched Clerks 3 recently.
Just wait till the kids are of age to watch those movies.
Oh boy! Actually, I think I'll ease the kids in, and I'll start with the oh my God! Now, of course, I just completely the Edgar Wright and oh my gosh, what's the guy's name now? Shit!
I have no idea where you're going with this.
Hold on, I'm.
I don't even know how to help because I don't know where you are.
God damn it! I'm. Oh my God, Simon Pegg. Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Oh, okay, yeah. Simon Pegg has
Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, At the World's End. There's a special name for that 3 movies.
Comedy horror?
No, they call it the God dang it. It's like the Cornetto trilogy or something like that. It's the stupid little ice cream cone. It's in it's in all 3 movies. It's the thing that ties them together.
Sure.
Anyways,
I will take your word for it.
Yeah, I'll probably watch those movies before I let my kids watch Kevin Smith movies. Let them watch Yoga Hosers or Tusks. We'll let them watch Tusk, and then they'll have nightmares forever.
I mean, you can pick worse movies.
This is true. I could really scar them and make them watch the anime Apocalypse Zero.
You can make them watch the babysitter movies, and then they'll never have another babysitter again.
Well, if I'm going to go babysitter, I would go Adventures in Babysitting with Elizabeth Shue, which was phenomenal.
No, this is just like the Babysitter. Babysitter 2, they're great fun.
No. I know where you're going, but if there's going to be babysitting in the title, I'm just doing Adventures of Babysitting with Elizabeth Shue.
No, I'm using the word babysitter.
So freaking hot.
Babysitting. I'm being very exact here in my language, sir.
I know that, and I'm ignoring that because I'm not letting my children watch horror movies.
Look, just because your babysitter might actually be, an acolyte of Satan and raise spells and kill people, it's not really a big deal. Because then she ends up being your friend in the end and saving you.
Look, I'd rather than watch Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. How about that? With Christina Applegate.
Wasn't that actually like a decent rated comedy movie?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Damn it, now I'm trying to think of all the movies with babysitters today.
Mrs. Doubtfire, kind of.
This is true. Well, there's nanny, babysitter. It's the same thing. Yeah. But yes, very sad to hear that James Van Der Beek passed away.
Indeed.
Okie dokie. I don't know. I think this week has basically been like list week for Charlie because he just keeps running into these damn lists. He found 5 classic 90s cartoons that need to be rebooted. He also found the 3 most unfair playable characters in multiplayer games, which really boils down to first-person shooter and 2 fighting games. The first-person shooter, for anyone out there who ever played on Nintendo 64, a certain game called GoldenEye, there was a character that was outlawed in many a multiplayer match. That, of course, is Oddjob because of his short stature.
That's fair.
Another one that they listed for Soul Calibur 4 was Yoda because of his short stature. And finally, for the Smash Brothers Brawl series, Meta Knight for his short stature. Do you see a pattern?
There's a theme here. Short people have unfair advantage in fights.
What I think is that a
bunch
bunch of shorter than average individuals were coding one day and decided, you know what? This bullshit about all the tall, big, powerful people being the strongest. Let's flip that on its head for our video game. And it's gonna be a short guy who basically cheats the system and beats the living piss out of everybody.
Revenge.
Revenge is sweet.
Damn it, Odd Job. Yes. Many
Yes.
memories over that.
If you're aiming just wrong, Odd Job could run across the screen. You wouldn't even see him, and you'd be dead.
Yes. And you get pissed at your friends because you know you weren't supposed to pick him, and yet some jackwagon would still pick him anyways.
I didn't mean to. I don't know what happened. I picked this guy.
He was so short, I didn't even see him on the screen.
Now, so funny story. Side note here: the developers that worked on GoldenEye, a lot of them left the company. I think it was Rare, and formed their own company. What was it called? Radical something. And they created their own series of first-person shooter games called Time Splitters.
Oh, yes.
And one of the characters, in the same vein as Oddjob, was you could play as a monkey, a laboratory monkey, which basically had the same short stature and was exceedingly unfair to play against, but people chose to play
So
as
you're
that
saying is
stupid
they had the
monkey.
same short developer go
Yeah.
from where to the different company and you continue this trend.
We should track to see who the lead developer was on all of these titles and see if it matches with either one person or if it was just a group of friends that just got together.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. For those that maybe not be as programming oriented, the reason why it's unfair is because of the stature, the hitbox. There's an invisible box that surrounds a character in minigame to give them collision so that they get hit. That hitbox is actually much smaller than your average character. So for like Meta Knight and Smash Brothers, it's basically 66% of everyone else's hitbox.
And the problem with like GoldenEye with Oddjob was aiming vertically in video games was kind of in its nascent stage with GoldenEye.
Yep.
And if you're one who ever played with the N64 controller, you had to control like with your nubs. So it was not very streamlined as far as aiming vertical. Like you could, but it wasn't now where you could just like easily flick down a quarter of a screen and do it.
Yeah.
Back then, it was definitely a little bit more of a cumbersome process to do that very exact controls. And that's what made it a pain was really, yes, the shortness didn't help. But it was that lack of being able to really have that granular control on that little nubby joystick to get just the right angle to shoot them was a pain.
Yes, this was prior to the dual analog controllers. So
yeah.
I think like the quickest workaround instead of trying to aim up and down was just to constantly crouch.
True.
Which of course then you have like slowed your character down.
Yes. Yep. Or you could get like at a different like level.
Yeah.
Like stairs and do that. So there was ways. You could also use melee because that was easier.
Yeah.
Like you didn't really have to aim with melee, but obviously that has its own shortcomings too.
Yes. You gotta be up close and personal there, my friend. Fisticuffs. Anywho. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let us pause real quick to thank the individuals who help Alter Confusion be the Alter Confusion that you love and adore. And that, of course, is the friends of the show. So without further ado, let us start off with, if my mouse would work, there we go. Let us start off with the Indie Cluster. The Indie Cluster is an organization of independent game developers that want to gain exposure by being involved in the community. They collectively journey to popular conferences as a traveling booth to help gain attention for their games. They make partnerships in local communities to bring games to the mainstream mindset. They highlight local, unusual, and rare concepts to challenge the paradigm of the common. They also host events to teach kids and minority groups about game development to hopefully one day enter the industry themselves. For more information, go to indiecluster.com. The next shout out we got to give is to the AV Master himself, and that, of course, is Noodle Boy Media. Founded in 2015 by Andrew Tran, Noodle Boy Media, previously Wet Kid 47 Media, is your choice for professional photo shoots and panel recordings at conventions. They pride themselves in providing a high level of professionalism, top-notch experiences, and quality services. If you want more information and to view their full service list of services, check out facebook.com/noodleboymedia. The next shout out we got to give is to an individual who helps get those aches and pains out of your body after long gaming sessions and sitting in front of a work computer for too long, and that, of course, is Hero Chiropractic. Hero Chiropractic is a unique healthcare practice set up by Ryan Moore, the company's focus to elevate a patient's experience of freedom, creative expression, and joy. They believe that everyone can be a hero and has incredible heroic potential inside themselves waiting to be unleashed. Hero Chiropractic focuses on mobile chiropractic care in the Greater Atlanta area. They are committed to healing clients by creating a plan of action uniquely suited for each person. They make that plan of action as convenient and affordable as possible, and most importantly, suited to your individual needs. For more information, go to herochiropractic.com. The next shout out we got to give is the music maestro, and that, of course, is CrossPad Creative. Need a new logo or want to work on a full branding and content strategy? Or maybe you need music or audio for your content, just like Alter Confusion. CrossPad Creative offers a whole host of solutions for individuals and small businesses. Just email Josh at crosspadcreative@gmail.com and see what he can do for you. The final shout out we got to give is to the original backer of Alter Confusion. That, of course, is Agile Axiom. By day, Axe leads both the development team and system administration team working with satellites at NASA's Goddard campus, but while not in meetings, and many times during, he is the Agile evangelist, Agile Axe, championing the philosophy of Agile and trying to make the world a better place for software developers, testers, system admins, and software projects the world over. Decades of experience in software development and leading Agile teams are brought to bear against evil processes, inefficient work, and bad habits. For more information, go to agileaxiom.com. All right, now at this very moment in time, I know that you have to be asking yourself, how do I become part of the Friends of the Show? Well, my friends, it's quite simple. Alter Confusion survives on love and support of fans like you, and so we have a Patreon page. Patreon lets you, the fans, lovers, haters, demigods, interdimensional beings, gods, demons, aliens, werewolves, vampires, swamp creatures, mummies, supporters, and more to become active participants in the work we love through a monthly membership. This gives you access to exclusive content, community, and insight into our creative process. In exchange, we gain a bit more freedom to do our best work and the stability we need to build an even stronger creative career. We currently have 2 tiers. There's the $1 a month tier, is $1 a month or $12 a year. What that gets you is early access to all of our playthroughs, as well as the ability to participate in Patreon-only posts. Now, if you're feeling extra frisky, you can pump that up to $5 a month. That's $5 a month or $60 a year. What that gets you is everything at the $1 tier, but it also gains your name or organization added to every single Thursday Friends of the Show section of the Thursday Night Hangout. So if you want to become a patron of Alter Confusion, go to Patreon. That's patreon.com/altered confusion today. And I know that I promised that we would have the extra life thing set up, but unfortunately, I apparently only did half the registration. Little side note, if you may have noticed, I did not stream this Tuesday, and I should have, but I didn't. And the real reason behind that is that I've been sick as a dog this entire week. Today is the first day I actually feel human. I don't know. I'm assuming it's just a really bad sinus infection or something, but I got knocked the hell out.
A question for you, actually.
Yes.
Was this after the football game on Sunday you started to feel sick?
Yes.
Same. I actually wonder, like, something there or something honestly in the food? Like, because that night I was like, I don't know if I'm going to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think there was something with that game with, I don't know, somebody in the area, or honestly, I wonder if there's something in the food that just set us off.
I don't know. I just...
Yeah, it was like a mild to bad cold with like sinuses is how I felt. Yeah, I had the exact same thing. And like today was the first day that I felt whole again.
Yeah.
Yep. Interesting. Yep.
Indeed. Thankfully, my wife did not get it because she had to go out of town, and now she's back in town. But
that would, yeah. At least working from home, I can survive and make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Sorry, someone keeps texting me, and I don't think that they because they are in a different time zone. The problem is they're in a different time zone. So where they are, it's 5:37 in the afternoon. So it really is not connecting that it is Thursday night after 8 o'clock.
Everyone should have this blocked out in their respective calendar every single week.
For seriousness. Okay. So I think this came out the beginning of the month. We have a new all-time greatest selling console from Nintendo. This comes as no surprise. It's the Switch.
No way. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised because it was a different form factor than anything they'd done before.
Yep.
So it had that going for it. And kind of like the Wii, it was, for what it did it exceptionally well.
Mm-hmm.
And it both bridged the gap between, home. I'm pointing at my TV because you can't probably tell on stream. But I'm pointing at my TV where I could play on my TV.
Yep.
Or I could, carry it around to my chair, to my bed, to my couch.
Yep.
So it was like, in that regard, it's not just a past tense. It is still like a perfect gaming console in that regard. And of course, it doesn't hurt that it had other first-person titles like the Zeldas and those.
Yep.
And two, they were also very smart and ported back a lot of their older titles to the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of got the best of both worlds in terms of the games. And also, I think, really helped emphasize, contrary to what we see in the PC, is not all of your AAA titles have to be super duper graphics. It can still be about just the gameplay itself.
Yep.
I mean, yes, you want pretty pixels, but you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like the best new 4K, 120 FPS all the time. We still want freaking gameplay and story.
Does the game run smoothly? Does the story grab you and basically pull you in? Does the music, is there more than just 2 songs they play on repeat? Because, oh my God, there's a game that I played a shit ton of, but I have to play it on mute.
Most strategy games I play, I ended up playing on mute because Civilization is exception because they do a pretty good job.
Yeah.
But most strategy games, because you'll be playing it for hours and it's just very repetitive music.
It's just
so I usually end up having to play Pandora basically instead of theirs.
Yeah, it's the same kind of airy, kind of atmospheric, just track.
Yep. So yeah, I'm like, all right, I can't take this anymore.
So, but yeah, if you're curious, Nintendo Switches have sold over 155 million units. That's a big number.
Pretty good chunk.
Now, if someone was crazy like me and, decided, well, let's see, if a Switch was, $250, times that by 155 million, that's $38.75 billion. And that's without all the added games and packages and replacement controllers, because I don't know many people if they're still playing with their Switch, if they haven't replaced at least one Joy-Con.
Yep. Good old stick drift or other things happening.
Yes. Damn you, stick drift. Ruining it.
Of gamers everywhere with controllers.
You know what the funny thing is? There's with my Switch, there was this. I had one controller that stick drift like a mother on the actual home screen. But once I got into the game, I was okay because basically the way that I probably this is why it has the fucking drift, because of how I hold the analog. You couldn't tell.
You offset the stick drift.
Yes.
Way to go. Way to break it retroactively.
But yeah.
Yeah, stick drift is a bitch.
Okay, Zealeus, this might be more up your alley. I don't know, but the next story that we're going to cover is the Kickstarter MMO called Ashes of Creation.
I think I talked about this last week.
Well, so yes, it folded, but there's an update to it.
Okay,
and that is that 200 employees are now suing Intrepid Studios for unlawfully terminating.
I did not see that.
Them without advance written notice, and the company also did not pay them for their final weeks of work or their accrued paid time off.
Yeah, I knew about the not paying them for the last pay stub, and that is some totally shady shit for sure. It's tough because most places you get fired and you're done. Like, there's not a whole lot of recourse. I mean, places that do what's the word? Compensation packages for being laid off.
Yep.
It's pretty much optional. Like, it really is. It's like a token of like, hey, goodwill, you did work for us. Here's something so you don't basically talk bad about us on the street. So it's not like it's necessarily mandatory, nor is frankly paying for weeks off, unpaid PTO. Most contracts I've seen explicitly say, of course, local laws notwithstanding, because I don't know the local laws, is they explicitly say, we're not going to pay you for unused PTO. I know that some people, like, they use PTO the hour they get it because they're like, screw you, I don't want to get fired and lose PTO. So it sucks. Like, you never want to see all these people laid off. But I would also say, unfortunately, with the way the laws are, not just in the U.S., but many places, you're pretty much screwed.
I think there is a protection for employees of mass layoffs. That 200 employees would be considered a mass layoff. Something called the Worker Adjustment and Retaining Notification (WARN) Act states that employers must give employees at least 60 days notice before a mass layoff.
I kept on seeing that referred in the original articles I was reading like last week. They never followed up on it. Yeah. And I was like, okay, they're mentioning it, but really doesn't get into detail. Like, it was almost like the company was warning them about the WARN Act, but never did anything. I'm like, it's weird. Yes. But that makes more sense.
Yes.
I would also wonder, though, is how soon until they declare bankruptcy?
Right.
Honestly, like, if everyone comes after them, which they should, I have no problem with that. But if everyone comes after them for back pay, which they should get, at some point they're just gonna be like, oh, well, we declare bankruptcy, because Steam is also honoring the returns. Because that was because when the story originally broke, the whole thing was, oh my gosh, they're going live on Steam for a month to basically get around the whole rule. You have to go live in order to not get a refund. So it's basically like a giant loophole so that the company could keep all their money. But Steam, even past the whole 2-hour thing, has been refunding for this game specifically.
Right.
So I don't know. That would be my assumption. If everyone comes after them, there's just going to be a bankruptcy, and then I don't know. Who knows what happens after that? It's a shit show, and it sucks for everyone. It sucks for the 200 employees, because in this day's economy and market, nobody wants to get laid off. It sucks for the gamers, because MMO players like me who are excited for a new MMO in the genre, obviously it's not coming back from the ashes. It's just not. Yeah, it just sucks all around.
I mean, how much did they raised $3.2 million through the Kickstarter by itself? And just for anyone out there, yes, it is expensive to make games. And yes, it's super duper expensive to make online games.
Well, because I was going to say, for 200 employees, $3 million ain't a whole lot, honestly.
No.
I mean, that's $15,000 per employee. That's not going to go very far.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you need that initial money. That's the whole point of Kickstarter, though, is to get you kick-started, right?
Right.
So it makes sense once they're like, okay, there's actually interest in the game to get,
Mm-hmm.
Something going.
Mm-hmm.
That I kept on hearing that $3 million. I'm like, that's not that. I mean, it is, but for a MMO, it's not.
No.
Put it that way. What was interesting, I don't know what the state of the servers are now, but at the time, the servers were still going because they probably paid up their infrastructure cost like ahead of time or something. So it's one of those things where, like, as long as the servers were continuing to go, who knows how long that was going to last.
Right. We'll see. Sad day, though.
Yeah. It is.
All right, so there are two questions that were asked this week. So I'm going to ask the first one.
Okay.
For Zealeus.
Okay.
How do you feel about platform exclusives for games that are on several different platforms, and should they still exist today?
Wait, how's that platform exclusive if it exists on multiple different platforms?
So say, like, for example, if you're going back to the earlier story of Soul Calibur 4,
Sure.
different platforms had different characters that were only available on that platform.
Oh, I think it's lame as hell. It is. Like, I get why it is, because you want, Sony wants gamers to buy it on their platform so they get their cut of the game. I totally get why it is. But it doesn't mean it's lame. I think it was a thing with, like, one of the Spider-Man games, I think, was also, you got exclusive if, like, on the PlayStation platform. And can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, my Twitch froze. Okay. So I think it's lame. Like, from a purely gaming perspective, I think it's lame that, like, you miss out on potential cool, let's be honest, they're usually skins, which I know that Charlie's skins are near and dear to his heart, but still, I think it's just kind of lame. That's just my personal opinion.
Maybe a timed exclusive? Yeah, I mean, it was cool. It was interesting when we had a little bit more separation, and the or the multiple platforms were games were not as, I don't know. Like, first of all, I'm not a huge fighting game guy, and as Zealeus has alluded to, I love skins in first-person shooters. Oh my God, no. Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, time to.
I mean, it makes sense from an economic perspective because, like, I don't know what platform Soul Calibur is on, but if it's on the PS5 and the PC, they're going to offer the skins for the PS5 because, like I said, Sony wants that cut. So, from a business perspective, I get it and it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of lame to me then if you're the PC gamer in this, situation, you can miss out on those skins. I think it's kind of lame, but.
I mean, I can understand, like, if with Sony, it's a little weird, but, like, for, like, back in the day when there was a Nintendo console and a Sega console, it's understandable that you would have, like, Sonic on the Sega console and Mario on the Nintendo console.
They're the flagship characters. Consoles, yes.
But when you decide, like, third-party characters and making them exclusive to a specific platform, like if you do, like, Xbox and you just did Master Chief. Well, not anymore, because Master Chief's, like, on. Has Halo finally come to PlayStation yet?
I don't know. He's on PC, so.
I know it's been on PC, but I feel like they were finally going to push it on to PlayStation, I think. Maybe, possibly. I don't know.
It's officially coming in 2026. Oh my gosh. Halo Campaign Evolved. That just sounds weird.
Combat
Is
Evolved.
coming to. Thank you, AI, for screwing up my words. Is coming to the PS5. Yes.
Yeah. I still love the fact that when Bungie first pitched Halo, Microsoft goes, no, it's got to be something more than just Halo. Halo doesn't make any sense. So they put Halo Combat Evolved for the first one, and then dropped it because everyone's like, Halo, because no one said. I mean, if they did say no one said Combat Evolved. They're like, oh yeah, Halo CE.
Yeah, we all know what combat. We all know what Halo is. People like abbreviations.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So there you go. There's our answer.
It's kind of like GoldenEye. People don't say 007 GoldenEye. They say 007 or GoldenEye.
Yeah. All right. So the other question that was asked, excuse me, was the following. With an online game, an MMO or a MOBA, for example, how often do you, the gamer, want updates to occur in the game to keep it fresh and interesting? Personally, it really depends on the game. I think an MMO, if you're looking for, updates or I guess depends on what size of the update. Are we talking like whole new realm or just like a couple of new quests that have been added? If we're talking MMO, or what are we talking? We're talking like additional characters, different gaming modes. I mean, there's a lot of things. I don't want it to be for I guess like small. I don't want to call it bite-sized chunks because for characters like in MOBAs and other stuff, just throwing a character in there is not easy because there's a shit ton of balancing that goes into that thing. But at the same time, I don't want it to be like one character every 3 years.
I mean, that's the big thing, like with the MMOs, is you look, I mean, I'm partial to Final Fantasy 14 still, and it's, your major expansion comes out every 2 or so years.
Mm-hmm.
And in between that, every couple of months, you have like content drips.
Right.
I'm on a hiatus from the game basically until the next full expansion comes out because I'm like, in a month I can just play all those patches. Because without that, you kind of end playing the same content over and over and over again. So I think that's a big thing, and you see that with MMOs in general. Most online games, you see that. Like, if you look at the Steam trends, they're always and then all of a sudden, like a patch comes out and new content all of a sudden spikes up. Kind of thinking of the new characters, you look at like what happened with Overwatch 1 before it became Overwatch 2, which is now renamed Overwatch again, was the OG Overwatch 1. There was that end time there where like you went like a couple of years, I think, without any new characters or maps or anything, right? It became pretty stale because it was the same content over and over and over. So yes, I think that is the big thing with online games is in order to keep them relevant and players engaged, you do need to continue out with new content to get the player base. I mean, even when you look at the MMOs, even when you do the content drip, you see a tiny spike, but it never gets back to the original one from the expansion. So at some point, you have to release the new major content, and WoW does the same thing. Guild Wars 2 kind of keeps on changing their strategy between like major expansions versus bigger content drips, and that's kind of the route that it seems like they're going now. Is like bigger regular new things. So yeah, there's various ways to do it, but absolutely you have to just continue to release new content. And I think you see that all the time. I mean, I don't really follow them, but you see that all the time with like the Fortnites and them where they're always releasing new seasons because they know that, as you saw with, the new and failed release of Highguard, success or lack there can be very fleeting. Gamers are fickle, and if you don't release new content, they'll find the next new shiny pretty freaking quickly.
Speaking of Highguard, real quick sidebar. Most of their development team has been laid off now.
Yeah, it's an interesting one with Highguard because I personally never played it, but some of the comments I read from the developers, which I thought were interesting, were basically amounted to the game was dead on arrival because the content creators never gave us a fair shake.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it was, I mean, I haven't played the games personally, but was the constant memes and comparing it and calling it basically like a Concord 2 or XYZ. So by the time the game was actually released, it was already kind of pigeonholed as this other game wasn't trying to be. And it just was a failure on release, regardless of the quality of the game, because of content creators. Which is kind of a double-edged sword, because as an online game like Highguard, you also live by the popularity of content creators because you need player-based content to be a successful game.
Right.
So it's a double-edged sword with the internet, where you both need those content creators to love your game, but if they don't, the game can also crash very quickly, regardless of its quality. It is kind of fascinating to me, with a game like Highguard, though, where game is here in development for a year. I'm sure it was in development for years because that's just how long it takes to make a game like this.
Yep.
It releases, and then a month later, it's already dead and just erased from memory. Like, it takes so little time for the online game just to be turned off. It's kind of crazy to me that it doesn't take long at all.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate life or risk of online games. I know. I will always
trying to chase the high of like the Concords and the Fortnites and the Overwatches. I get it's easily understandable why they're doing it because there's a lot of money to be made, but it's also a very congested marketplace. Yeah, it's just
Speaking of marketplaces, I think a game that I've been waiting for just got released. So,
what game is that?
It is the new Mario Tennis game for the Switch 2. It's called Mario Tennis Fever.
Oh, jeez. I have to get your tennis elbow working?
Oh, boy. I don't know. I mean, I might.
There you go.
Damn it. It is available. I'm in trouble.
There you go. I'm assuming you have to play it with the Joy-Cons.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
I would assume that's your tennis racket. I mean, I'd hope
you
so.
probably could. You could probably also play just with a controller. I might try with the controller just to save my elbows.
No, you have to get up and actually be like Roger Federer and actually playing tennis, bro.
Oh, my God. Dude, I don't know if I got the room to be swinging as wildly around as a Roger Federer or a Rafael Nadal or
It sounds like it'd be a great family outing where you guys are just swinging at each other with your tennis rackets. I bet actually, remember, couldn't you buy like an actual like Wii U tennis racket?
Yeah, you could put a tennis racket attachment on top of it. Kind of like the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Some third party guy made like a bunch of like 3D printed things out there to baseball bat, golf club, tennis racket.
Not for bowling.
Huh?
Attach your Wii to a bowling ball.
Oh my God.
That's
a good way to break something.
That would have been interesting.
Let's test the strength of the wrist strap.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
I still think that the Switch 2's wrist strap is for real, man. That thing is solid as hell.
Nice. I mean, the Wii just never failed me either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, memories. I'd love to say that I've been playing stuff this week, but that would be a lie. Like I said, I've been sick most of the week. So, I mean, I did play some Donkey Kong Bonanza just because
Nice.
I need to work out some stress. So I just punched lots of rocks.
I played a little bit of early access Titan Quest 2 because I just felt the need to pummel things with a giant sword. Felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to go crush heads in video games.
I totally understand. I feel your pain or desire. I don't know. A little both.
Yes, but I think like you, most nights this week for me were early nights.
Yes, I've read a lot.
Oh, there you go.
At least I think I did. I'm rereading a book series, so it kind of like it kind of bleeds together.
That happens. That's fair.
It's what is the book series? I want to call it the Arcane Casebook.
You're the one reading it, so you tell us.
If I could type, oh my god.
Typing is a skill. It can be learned.
It is the Arcane Casebook by Dan Willis, set in the 1930s, New York, following private detective Alex Lockerbie.
There you go.
I think I'm on book 4 or 5 now. I'm going to switch back over to Dungeon Crawler Carl after this one. I just needed...
Nice.
I don't remember what book... I read a Jean Ray book in honor of her passing. But for some reason, I don't know what it is, but none of the Dragonlance books are available on Kindle. So I just chose one of her other books, and it was a detectives or I guess it was a crime series. I read the first book of that. Wasn't the first 5/6 of it were kind of like, ugh, but then the last 6, I'm like, okay, yeah, here we go.
I remember buying a bunch of the Dragonlance ones on the Humble Bundle last year.
Yes, I did that as well.
Yeah.
You got, if you have a Kindle, you got to go. There's an additional step you got to do in order to get it onto your Kindle, which is why I have Legend of Huma on my Kindle.
Nice,
because I now own I think 4 or 5 copies of that book.
You can never enough Huma in your life.
Exactly. Well, I mean that was my gateway drug. I always come back to that. That was that and the Chronicles of Prydain, or the Prydain Chronicles. I can never remember which one it is.
It was Huma for me, indeed.
The Prydain Chronicles. That's the order.
The Chronicles or the Prydain Chronicles?
The Prydain Chronicles. Because I just cheated. It's on the bookshelf right behind me.
Is it really cheating if you're just using your own resources?
True. I didn't Google it. I just utilized my own peepers.
You Googled your bedroom or basement, whatever it is.
Yeah. I feel like there was something else I was supposed to say. Now I can't remember what I was going to say. I don't remember.
The mystery of life. It's somewhere in that brain, under the Seahawk, but outside of the mesh.
Oh, PayPal screwed up my order again.
For what?
PayPal keeps switching one of the digits in my mailing address. And so a package that was literally on my street, the UPS truck was down four houses away from me, but couldn't deliver the package to my address because they swapped the last 2 digits of my freaking address.
How does that even happen? It should just be like a program that's just like
I fat fingered it once. Long time ago. And I go in, I manually change it every single time, but sometimes PayPal overwrites it.
It remembers the OG address. You're like, no, keep on typing a new address. That's not right. We're just going to use your old one, even though you told us that's not it. We still think it's that old one.
Yeah.
Mwahaha.
Exactly. So anyways, that kind of sucks because I was really excited to get we got Super Bowl championship hats.
Yay.
Come on, Zealeus. Where's your sense of adventure?
I can't be. I left it at cheering for the college of the team I actually went to.
Oh, boy. All right, fine, whatever. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've reached the end of this show.
The end. The end is nigh.
I do want to give everyone a little heads up. We will be slightly delayed next Thursday. I will probably be red in the face as I will have a game right before it, but just a heads up. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning into the Ultra Fusion Thursday Night Hangout. For myself, Charlie, and Zealeus, it's been a pleasure giving you everything coming out of our heads, our mouths, and of course, our hearts. We'll be back next Thursday for another Ultra Fusion Thursday Night Hangout.
Remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother.